Have you ever felt like giving up? Like no matter what you do, life keeps pushing you down? This is the story of one man who reached that breaking point. But the day he almost gave up was the very day life spoke to him. So listen carefully, because maybe, just maybe, you'll find a piece of yourself in his story.
There was once a man named Arman. Arman was not born with much. He grew up in a small town, in a family that struggled every single day just to put food on the table. From a young age, he learned what hardship meant. While other children played, Arman worked small jobs, carrying water, cleaning shops, delivering parcels. He dreamed of one thing: to give his parents a better life.
As he grew older, Arman worked even harder. He studied late at night by candlelight. He saved every coin he could. And slowly, he built a dream of starting a small business, something that would finally lift his family out of poverty. But dreams are fragile, and life is not always kind. Arman put everything he had into that small business: his savings, his energy, his hope. He opened a little shop believing this was the beginning of a new chapter. But things did not go the way he expected. Customers were few. Competition was tough. And the money he thought would last began to disappear. Day by day, he watched his shelves grow emptier. Day by day, his heart grew heavier. At night, when everyone was asleep, Arman sat alone. He stared at the ceiling and asked himself, "Why me? Why does life always push me back?" Weeks turned into months. Debts piled up. The little flame of hope he had carried for so long was now almost gone. And one night, Arman made a decision. He whispered to himself, "I can't do this anymore. Tomorrow I will close the shop. I will give up." Have you ever felt that way? Like the fight is just too heavy? That's where Arman was. The next morning, he went to the shop with a heavy heart. He unlocked the door, already rehearsing what he would tell his parents. But when he stepped inside, something unexpected happened. An old man was standing at the counter, waiting. His clothes were simple, his face kind. He smiled and said, "Son, do you sell notebooks here?" Arman was surprised. It had been days since a customer had come in. He quickly nodded and handed the man a notebook. But the old man did not leave. He looked at Arman and asked softly, "You look troubled. What weighs on your heart?" Arman tried to brush it off, but the old man's voice carried warmth, and his eyes carried wisdom. So Arman spoke. He poured out everything: his struggles, his failures, his tired heart, and finally, his decision to give up. The old man listened without interrupting. And when Arman finished, he placed the notebook on the counter and said something that changed everything. He said, "Son, do you know why a seed must be buried deep in the dark soil before it grows? Because only in the darkness does it find the strength to rise. Your darkness is not the end, it is the beginning." Arman froze. The words hit him like a bolt of lightning. The old man continued, "Life is speaking to you. It's testing you. The question is, will you quit or will you grow?" Tears filled Arman's eyes. For the first time in months, he felt something he thought he had lost: hope. When he looked up to thank the man was gone.
No footsteps, no trace. As if life itself had walked in, spoken to him, and left. That day, Arman did not close his shop. Instead, he cleaned it, organized the shelves, and wrote down new plans. He knocked on doors, told people about his store, and refused to let despair win. It wasn't easy, but step by step, customer by customer, things began to change. The shop that was once empty slowly filled with life again. Years later, Armand's small shop grew into a successful business. He built the life he once dreamed of. And whenever he told his story, he always said, "The day I almost gave up was the day life spoke to me." So, my friend, what does the story teach us? It teaches us that our darkest moments are not the end. They are tests. They are soil. And from that soil, new strength can grow. Sometimes life whispers to us when we are about to quit, but we must be willing to listen. So if you are carrying a heavy burden today, if you feel like giving up, remember Armand's story. Maybe life is not pushing you down. Maybe life is preparing you to rise. Because often, the day we almost give up is the day life speaks to us the loudest.